Perhaps the most famous of all street foods in Jamaica would be the Jamaican Beef Patty. Chance, what's a Jamaican Beef Patty?
I'm thinking it's got to be some sort of like Jamaican hot pocket with beef in the middle thing.
That's exactly what it is.
First try.
Dude, you didn't look it up, right?
I swear, didn't look it up.
I asked him earlier and he had no idea. He's had some time to think about it, but that's very good. It's exactly what it is. They're very popular. I remember the first time I heard about it, I had no idea what they were. And then I had one and then I was like, oh snap, we should be making this more often. And Max suggested it for today and I was like, yes, damn it, let's do that. You make it. He's like, no, you make it. And I go, you make it. And he goes, you. So I'm making it. Here's the order. We make a dough, a distinctively yellow dough because of turmeric, big flavors. Then we make the filling and then we go like this. They go in the oven, they come out, and then we go like this. Did you catch all that? We begin with flour. This is 1 3/4 cups. The recipe's below. Don't write anything down. And you can do this by hand if you want, but I'm feeling a little, what's the word? Lazy today, so I shan't. Salt, sugar, and the sugar will balance the spiciness of what is inside this patty. And we'll give this a little blitz. Now we'll add 1/2 cup of cold butter. Just scatter them in. And this we will also pulse. Steam coming out the, flour coming out the top. Yeah, you want to work it in, but you still want there to be some little pieces of butter, right? Now we're going to add some cold water until this, oh, I forgot the turmeric. The most important part, I forgot. We'll put a tablespoon of turmeric in. It looks about like this. I was wondering why, after all my mixing, it didn't have any color to it. There we go. But now the color really comes out as we start adding some cold water to this. So it's not going to take too much, but I've got water with some ice in here. And we'll do the same thing just till it comes together. More. See the color change. Now what you want is you want to be able to have this stick together, which it's almost perfect. A tiny bit more, and we're there. All right, let's see if we can do this. Here's what we've got. We've got our dough here. We take out our blade, and now this, we want to do this with. Remember Play-Doh, boys? We've talked about Play-Doh having a resemblance to flour-based things that we've made, and this is really no different. And again, could do this by hand, of course, but the idea that I can do this quickly, and this thing kind of makes me happy. So just gather up the random little bits on the board. Nice. Just make it into one little disc. It's already good. And this is only this very first part. Let's get some saran or whatever this stuff is called that's impossible to deal with. Don't stick to yourself. Come on, you piece of... There we go. We wrap this kid up. Beautiful. Our friend here goes into the refrigerator for 30 minutes while we make the filling. For the insides, we begin with a little splotch of oil and then some vegetables. Yellow onion. Beautiful. Green onion, beautiful-er. We'll let these start to warm.
Not do their thing.
Not do their thing. And while they do, let me show you this. The Jamaican food scene is spicy. This is a Scotch bonnet. This we're gonna chop up and put in here to add some gorgeous heat inside of this patty. And it will go in like this. Fling, fling, fling. I will now mix this in and then wash my hand really well, because I do not want to rub my eye with Scotch bonnet on it. And when the onion has started to become a little more translucent, we'll drop in some ginger, like that. Fresh, chopped of course, big clove of garlic, a little splash of oil on top. Let this get fragrant. Oh boy, it's gonna be good, fellas. It's gonna be good.
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Great movie.
Ah, such a good movie. In comes our ground beef, like this.
Your beef's making me crazy. That's what she said.
Ah, Max, that's so dumb. So just break it up. You want it fine. Oh, I just got a little hit of the Scotch bonnet. That sounds so innocent, doesn't it? Scotch bonnet. All right, while this is being broken up, I'm gonna add our dry herbs, and that will be some allspice from the islands, man. Some paprika, and you know I only use smoked, and some dry thyme. Continue mixing. How are the smells coming your way, Chancey?
Unreal.
Yeah, they're great.
Good? Yeah.
What about me?
Well, it looked like it was going towards Chance. So we're breaking, we're breaking, we're breaking. We want this busted up. We have one more ingredient to add, and that will be a little beef broth. I'd say start maybe 1/4 cup. We want this inside the casing to not be wet, but to definitely be like juicy. Is that a word? I mean, I know it's a word, but is that the right word?
That's what she said.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want this shit dry at all. Well, I don't want shit, period. So I really don't want dry shit. So now, at a lower temp, we're gonna leave this. Gonna add a little more. So maybe you have 1/3 cup in there now. This is a 1/2 pound of ground beef. And this will make us, I'd say, 3 nice, beautiful, hand-sized patties. So with the heat down, we're gonna let this go about 15, 20 minutes. And we have to wait for the dough anyway, so it's all good. Once an episode I forget something, and this time it was salt and pepper. We'll give it a little bit and just leave it alone. We'll let all spices starting to come out now in a beautiful way. Most of the liquid has been absorbed. This looks perfect. We'll take it off. We'll get our dough and we'll get pattying. Before we make the patties, do you see how rich this looks? And that beef broth does a really good thing in here. Yum. Okay, here we go. There's our friend. Let's take it out. Beautiful color, huh? Gorgeous. Okay, a little flour first to roll this out on. Down we go. A little bit more on top, and we roll. And a certain amount of cracking is okay. You're just pushing this guy back together again. So just get your roll on until it's big enough to fit what you need. I want 3 out of this. Okay, so I'm gonna use this as my guide. I'm gonna cut a little bit bigger, because I want it a little bit bigger. Okay, so watch, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take my dough, I'm gonna re-roll this piece, this, put him back into a ball, and just re-roll him. Great stuff, lads. Brilliant work, Max and Chancey. And just let me say it once more for people that don't know. I love him. But Chance is not my child. Uno mas. We got 2 gorgeous ones and one a little wonky. No sweat. We can deal with this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our filling, put it right here. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys can smell, but what this is doing is really good. There's one more thing that happens before we close these kids up. There's a couple versions. I'm sure there's many versions of Jamaican beef patties, but we're gonna do the cheese version. And as crazy as it seems, the official cheese for the Jamaican beef patty is American. And I'm gonna guess I know why. I think it's because of how beautifully this stuff melts. We all know it does, right? Everybody knows how well American cheese melts. It's the obvious choice in a burger, unless you're fully stuck up and then have to have fontina or gorgonzola or something. Righto. So starting with the one closest to you kids, let me loosen, bring the guy like this, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come over the top. You know, I'm doing this in a very awkward way for your benefit, Max, because I know you don't like to move. So we seal first with our thumbkin all the way around. Then we do this. This is gonna help make sure, I hope, that our edges don't bust. And now the other guys get the same treatments. We're so close to baking, guys. These guys go on my parchment lined tray right here. 2. Oh my.
Yes.
They're too, I don't have room. I need a bigger tray. We got it. And now whenever I do this, I like to put a few holes in the top to let some steam come out. We'll give the big guys 3 or 4. Now, we take an egg, we break it. We'll add a tablespoon or so of water to it. We'll give it a quick beat, quick brushing. This will help with a little browning. All right, there you have it. My oven's at 350 degrees. And they go 25, 30 minutes. You'll know when they're probably looking beautiful, and that's when they should come out. And I bet if you shut your eyes and count to like 3, you're gonna see them done. And there we go. Look, this guy. Hey. This guy started to bust a little bit. Oh, I didn't want that to happen, but you're kind of cute,
You
so.
were too obsessed with your holes, man.
Look at that one. God, that's the only spot it leaked was that one hole. Should we try and take them off and have a, there it is. Jamaican beef patty. So I want to try and pick them up and break them. Oh man. Shittle. Ow. Gosh darn it.
Wow.
It's H-O-F-T, man. Is what, ow. Well, come on, let's just get a bite anyways, right? And go this way. This feels right. I'm not kidding. This is, there you go. Now you got a nice little, the steam is killing my fingers. It's just a sensory overload before you even do this. Uh-oh. Nobody move. Oh my God. There's that moment when you go from stupid hot in your mouth, you can't do anything, and then it cools down just enough and you can chew and swallow. One of the best bites of anything I've had in a long time. I know I say that, this. And honestly, it was pretty damn easy. The processor made it happen like that. Holy smokes! Get on it. Just get on it. Make them smaller, make a bunch of them, cook them, put them in the fridge. Next day they go in the oven, you know, lower temperature, 300, whatever, 20 minutes, half hour, till they warm up. Now you have a bunch for a crew. And it's the holidays. And you gotta serve people stuff, but don't serve the same stuff all the time. Right, boys?
Right!
Kills me. It always kills me.